Shalom. Let's give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us his word. It's got a couple of current events currently going on. First one is out of the Associated Press, apnews.com. Basically, the Lord visited, Dubai the other day through storms and tempest. A major storm came through the Valley of Decision over there. This article was dated April 17th. That's the title. A storm dumps record rain across the desert nation of UAE and floods Dubai's airport. So that was very rare, for that region to have a storm of that magnitude. The desert nation of the United Arab Emirates attempted to dry out Wednesday from the heaviest rain ever recorded. Thereafter, a deluge flooded out Dubai International Airport, disrupted flights through the world's busiest airfield for international travel. The state-run WAM news agency called the rain Tuesday a historic weather event that surpassed anything documented since the start of data collection in 1949. That's before the discovery of crude oil in this energy-rich nation, then part of Britain's protectorate known as the Trucial States. Rain also fell in Bahrain, Oman, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. However, the rains were acute across the UAE. That's another major event, a sign, the Lord visiting that nation over there. And it's historical. By the end of Tuesday, more than 142 millimeters, 5.59 inches of rainfall had soaked Dubai for 24 hours. An average year sees 94 millimeters. So one day, the rain soaked 142 millimeters, and the average is about 95 millimeters for the whole year. That's how much they got in one day. The airport, standing water lapped on taxiways as the aircraft landed. But yeah, man, it got real dark over there. If you watched, a lot of it was on social media, and they're saying like around 3 p.m. it was completely dark over there. So it just reminds you of the scriptures, with thick clouds and darkness, and the sun being blocked out. Yeah, right in the middle of the afternoon, it was just completely black and dark over there. Lots of thundering, lots of lightnings. It was like a lightning storm. Pretty scary to be in, Let's give you a little taste of what it's going to be like when the nukes hit. How it's going to block out the sun, and just thick clouds and darkness, But this other article, Putin's trying to calm the situations down there, over in the Middle East. This is from the Russian news agency, TASS, dated April 16th. Putin expresses hope for restraint in the Middle East in conversation with Aziz. Because, the Iranians, pretty much the Russians are going to have the Iranians back, and the U.S. is going to have, Israel's back. And both U.S. and Russia are trying to kind of de-escalate the situation. But as the scriptures say, Israelis are going to, the least of the flock is going to draw them out. So you can't help it. It's all prophecy. But according to the Russian Presidential Press Service, a letter of Putin said all parties would hopefully show a reasonable degree of constraint to avoid new bout of tensions. Yeah, it's like they're trying to de-escalate it, but the scriptures say otherwise. Uh, Russian president and his Iranian counterpart discussed the latest escalation in the Middle East in the conversation on Tuesday. On April 1st, Israel delivered an airstrike on Iran's consulate. Vladimir Putin said all parties would hopefully show a reasonable degree of restraint to avoid a new bout of tensions. According to the Kremlin, the Iranian leader said that Iran's action was limited as he assured Putin that Tehran was not seeking to escalate the tensions further. So everybody wants to, restrain this thing. The Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF, said that together with the United States and Great Britain, Tel Aviv was able to neutralize 99% of nearly 300 projectiles launched into Israel, while Tehran said it planned no further actions. The Jewish state said it was preparing a response. So they keep poking the bear. They're gonna keep poking. They're gonna keep drawing them out. Eventually into this full-scale World War III, man. Eventually the nuke's gonna drop. But the first scripture is around Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, with earthquake, and great noise, tempest with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. So yeah, Dubai was visited, through that tempest storm. Said a host of thunder, storm and tempest. So yeah, the Lord visited Dubai, man. Valley of Jehoshaphat, valley of, Yahweh's judgment. That's where the Middle East, scriptures say, utmost sea, the furthermost sea, the Euphrates and the Red Sea. This is right where, all that's going to take place. It's giving them a taste of that storm, man. The storm is coming. The major storm is coming. The fire, the flame of fire, of devouring fire. That's the main thing that's coming in that area. And over here in the West, the fire of the Most High's jealousy, nuclear destruction, ultimately. It is Ezekiel 38:1. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Yeah, it's talking about prophesy against him. It's talking about Russia today. Say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I'm against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. I will turn thee back, but hooks in thy jaws. And we saw that come to pass, that Russian army is in full swing now, with that war with Ukraine, on all those regions over there trying to get them back, trying to make Russia that Soviet Union again. And I'll bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer, his bands, house of Turgamah, north quarters, and all his bands, and be with thee, be prepared, and prepare thyself, thou, O thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be a guard unto them. So Russia's going to be unto a guard to those nations, mainly Iran, So he's trying to cool it down because he knows he's going to have their back because, Iran, they have interest in Iran, financial interests. So he's trying to cool it down. The U.S. is trying to cool it down, but the least of the flock is going to draw them out. Here's the U.S. state. The Jewish state said it was preparing a response to that attack, even though 99% of the attack was blocked, by that Russian, what do they call it? The Iron Dome, missile defense system. They're still gonna prepare a response, And Iran was just responding to attack that they did on Tehran, It says on April 1st, Israel delivered an airstrike on Iran's consulate in Damascus. So they were just doing that payback, that that the Israeli did to them, you know. But they're gonna keep poking at him. But this is all biblical prophecy. He's trying to cool it down, but it's gonna happen. It's 2nd Ezra 16:1. Woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, but well your children, and be sorry for your destruction is at hand. The sword is sent upon you, who may turn it back. A fire sent among you, who may quench it. You know, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may any one quench the fire in the stubble when it has begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is sharp, that is shot of a strong archer? Yeah, I mean war is coming, man. The nukes are coming. And you can be able to turn that plague away. You can express all the hope for restraint all you want, but the Lord, this is all written, man. These things must come to pass. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, to who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and we shall not fear. He shall thunder, and we shall not be afraid. Yeah, if you see those social media videos, the sky was all black. It was just seemed like a thunderstorm, man. It was thunder back to back to back thunder, or lightning, I should say. And the sky just lit up with lightning back to back. Very fearful sight. Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. Fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, but shall miss when they begin to be shot unto the ends of the world. Let's talk about that nuclear destruction, man. So yeah, I mean, he can hope for restraint. The U.S. can try to calm the situation all they want, but eventually, the least of the flock is going to draw them out, and this World War III is going to end in that fire of the Most High's jealousy, man. The ultimate destruction, the day of the Lord. So these things must come to pass, but we have to wait on that chip. Once that the mark of the beast is pushed and implemented, made mandatory, that's when you have to look up, for your redemption draweth nigh. Yeah, with that, shalom.